So I'm gonna record this video before the camera dies because I want to get a talking video out so I can buy myself a little bit more time to edit the other videos I have for you guys. But that being said, I just wanted to make this video really simple. I may have made a video similar to this, but I'm just gonna call this one "Believe in You." Really believe in you. No, I won't call it that, but I think I talked about that before. But believe in you. You know what I'm saying? Invest in yourself. Understand your vision. That's really what it is. My boy Jalen had talked to me the other day, and he said something that was really, really true. He was like, look, you know, you can work with people, tell them this and the third, but that doesn't mean they're going to get your vision. And it's okay. You know, not everybody's going to understand your vision. It's your vision for a reason. And when he said that, it really resonated with me because I felt like for a little while I was trying to convince people to follow my vision or convince people to join in the journey, and that's natural. Like, people actually fuck with me that much that they will. But I felt like I was seeking them to say yes for me to feel like what I was doing was right. And the thing about it is, sure, there's gonna have like that level, that's gonna come at some point. Like, you're gonna need that, but also realize that that can't be the deciding factor. And you got to be able to have the power, control, and faith in yourself and your vision to say, that's how I'm going to operate. That's what I believe is going to be the end all be all for me, and roll with it. You know what I mean? Life is not meant to be easy. It's going to be ups and downs, my nigga, but you got to keep going, as Larry June says, air quote, unquote. But like, you really got to understand that your vision, it was given to you by God because he knows what you're capable of. Like, I have a huge vision. I'll share some with you guys right now. And part of what my vision is to grow my platforms to where, like, when I first started social media, my goal was to make money off of being myself. And I started doing that. I've done that, right? But somewhere in between there, I stopped being myself and I stopped making money from it. It's a correlation, right? And I realize now that the last couple of weeks I've been fine-tuning that, like, psychology and breaking that down for myself, understanding like, hey, this is what I was meant to do. This is a part of who I am. This is one of the biggest things that is going to make me different from other people, and I have to lean into it instead of shying away from it. I feel like I had to, at one point, I feel like I was trying to convince myself to not do socials anymore because of what is seemed or deemed as the normal thing to do, which is not to necessarily do social media, but like do the other stuff because it's more stable and all this bullshit. I was just having like a little crisis within myself. I don't know where that was going, that thought pattern. And I started to understand that, like, really what it came down to was me having to become comfortable with making, one, tough decisions, and two, being real with myself, and then three, meeting expectations and exceeding them and having obligations and really creating that structure and that discipline. Truth be told, for me personally, a lot of my life is like, my mom was more the disciplinary, but she left when I was younger, right? Like when I was in middle school. So whenever that happened, you know, I had to kind of find my own discipline because my dad, who I lived with at the time, like my parents separated kind of thing, and I lived with my dad, and he wasn't the most structured person. The biggest thing I got from structure-wise is setting time down and working. Like, that's the biggest thing I've gotten from him. Going to a place and doing work. That's what I got from him. But just because you're doing a lot doesn't mean you're getting a lot done. And that's been like a really big like thing I've had to work through for myself, and also just to become better at doing things like that, being on top of different aspects of my reality in that regard. And I realized that all I have to do at the end of the day is trust in God and follow my vision and execute on my plan. Even if I mess up, even if someone doesn't get it, even if I let people down in that process, that's going to happen. I hate to break it to you, but you're not going to be perfect, and you can't please everybody. And if you spend your time trying to please everybody else, you're going to disappoint yourself more in the end. And I think that was the biggest, like, lesson that finally fucking, like, really settled in, because it took me a long time to just sit there and understand that as my reality, you know? I was still too focused on trying to prove X instead of understanding that the proof was in me and in my own actions. So that being said, I just want you guys to remember to trust your vision, trust your plan, follow through on that. And all the answers are inside you, so just trust that. You know what I mean? If you let people down, the process is okay as long as you show up for you. You can fuck up, you can, you know, stumble, but as long as you get back up and keep going, that's what matters. So I love you guys. I'll catch you in the next video, and I'll be dropping some more vlogs this week. Deuces.